I was struggling a lot with addiction with meth before I had gotten here. And it got to the point where I started acting out with stealing and hurting people around me and not meaning to, and I wasn't realizing it. And what I tried to do was start IOP in my home state, and it didn't work out very well because situation at home, and I couldn't stay clean, and there was no way I could get out of that situation. But when Alex came to come get me, I'm really thankful for her, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have been able to make the decision to come to Gulf Breeze, because I didn't want to stop, but I knew I had to, because if I didn't, I would have ended up killing myself, and I can't. I'm too young. And it's important to be able to live a healthy life and not be stuck in that pattern of, oh, I gotta sell this to have money for rent, or I gotta do this to have money for electric. And that pattern, it just sunk me into such a deep hole where I knew I needed help. For finding Gulf Breeze, honestly, once Alex came, I had a phone call with my parents, and they gave me two options. They said, our bank is going to charge you with fraud activity if you do not end up going to Gulf Breeze, because they had searched for it before, and I didn't know. I didn't even know where Gulf Breeze was. So I decided, I originally was like, I'll just go to jail. Screw this. I don't want to go to rehab again. But I got some sense knocked into me, and I'd like to be able to live a good, happy life. And I heard, when I was explained about what Gulf Breeze does and how they teach and what they have available there, I just automatically felt safe. I felt secure, and I felt like it was the place I needed to be. The other rehabs that I've been to were 12-step based, and they actually it was a really great rehab. They did wonderful. The therapists were great. Yet sometimes 12 steps work for some people, and sometimes it doesn't work for others. Here, there's more 3P related, and it's all 3P, which is the three principles of mind, thought, and consciousness. And that's something that the other rehab doesn't teach. They teach more of how to stop the habit and just let it end, basically, and how to stay clean. But here you learn so much about not just your mind, thought, and consciousness, but about yourself. And you learn everything that's underneath that's creating all of these to come up, and figure out why you're numbing yourself, and which helped so much more. And I know now that I'll be able to stay clean for a while, a long time. This place is completely different than any place I've been before. And the fact that they teach you about who you are instead of focusing on don't do this, don't do that. They focus on who you are and what's creating these patterns to make you continue to use. And then with that being so, they also helped me with getting outside of my comfort zone and experiencing those feelings that I just kept stuffing.